No reason at all. They asked her why demonstration. Over there that did it.
Hey, stop again, huh? Stop again.
She jumped on a fence head first. Here's a dog. I was the only one who gave me a ran. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Hey, so now you got your sword? Oh. You gonna read it? If you could, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. All right. Let's begin. One second. Give me Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. You
loud already?
Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Gather ourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Again, I love it. I always bring out this scripture first because this is exactly what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have to do to suppress this oppression that the oppressor have been putting on us for 400 years.
Right.
You understand? By us being separated in these Christian churches and these Muslim mosques and these fake Israelite groups, the so-called white man will always be able to, get over on us or use his devices to constantly destroy us as a people because we're separated. So we're weak. You understand? The white man is not separated. He has his nation. He has his government. The Chinese man is not separated. He has his nation, his government, his religion, his history. We are the only people on this earth who is separated amongst the whole earth. You understand? We do not have our government. We do not have our identity. We do not have our history, our culture, or anything. You understand? So that's why we are always the ones who are getting slaughtered in the streets in whatever country we go into. You understand? Read that one more time.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
And that's how you know that this scripture is talking about us. You understand? Because we're the nation that's not desired. We're the ones that everybody wants to be like us. Every heathen culture wants to be like us or imitate us. They want to wear the clothing that we wear. They want to listen to the music that we listen to. You understand? But they do not want to get killed in the streets for being black. They don't want to have that same torment and fear of getting pulled over by a police officer because you're black. They don't want to have to go through that. You understand? They don't want to have to be pulled because you're black, or you understand, last one hired, first one fired. They don't want to have to go through any of that. They want to be Chinese. They want to be Matumbo. They want to have the respect of the white man. You understand? Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians do not have respect from white men. You understand? And I tell you one thing, especially for Christians, when has anyone who got on their knees and begged and pleaded ever got respect from a real power? You understand? You may get mercy. He may not slaughter you down in the street, but he'll never respect you as a man. You understand? And as a people, this devil on this earth, the so-called white man, does not respect us. You understand? And the Christian church is the one thing that's blocking us from getting that respect.
That's right.
And it's a lock. If anybody on the chat online, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, if you got any questions or comments, just type it in the chat. I see the sis said, "What is the smoke?" The smoke is just a frankincense and murder burning. That's what we burn for all the classes. We're not in here hotboxing. But read that again from the top of the shot one more time.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Keep going.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the furnace anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. Before that day when the Lord decides to judge this earth, to judge this world. You understand? When Christ come back to put war on this earth, man, and totally destroy it, we have to be a people that's came together. We got to figure it out, because Christ ain't coming back for a bunch of individualites. He ain't coming back for a bunch of non-denominational denominations of Christians and all this. If Christ give orders, who he gonna be giving orders to? Christ gonna be telling, you understand, all these people to come over here. Who we gonna listen to? You understand? You got this one brother here, a Baptist. Then you got another brother who's a Catholic. And you got another brother who's a part of Mount Zion or Word of God Church. You understand? They're gonna be looking for their pastors. Their pastor's gonna be the first one dead. You understand? So who you gonna listen to? That's why now's the time for us to come together under one body, under one truth. You understand? Only one baptism. That's how the Bible tells us to do it. We can't be following after a bunch of, you understand, Pastor down the street, Pastor John Bennett down this way, Pastor John L. Longway that way. You understand? We have to come together, because, like I said before, us being separated is the problem, is the sole problem for us being destroyed by the so-called white man.
That's right.
Read that. Keep reading that.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Verse 3, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment.
Seek ye the Lord. You understand? Meaning you got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. So that's a guideline for when, you understand, because I could be sitting up there saying we got to all come together. And no, you would say, well, why not go to Mount Zion Church? Why not go to the Baptist or to First Apostle or Episcopal or whatever church you go to? Why not listen to my pastor? Well, the Lord is saying you to seek him out. You understand? Seek him out. And what does that mean to seek out the Lord? What does that mean to serve the Most High? Anybody online, anybody in the room. What does it mean to serve the Most High? How do you serve the Most High? Sis. By following the law, statutes, and commandments. It's very simple. So if you that cuts out damn near every Christian church already, because of seeking out the Most High is and serving Him is following the law, statutes, and commandments. Then when you go into the Christian church and they teaching you to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, or they teaching you better yet that it's okay to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, or to be a homosexual, and you know that that's a sin, then you got to already cross that off your checkbook. You understand? Because they not teaching you to seek out after the Most High. They're not teaching you to serve God. You know, I said this before. Being a Christian, it was so weird, looking back on it now, to actually think about how do Christians serve the Most High. You understand? My whole life, you go into church, you put on a suit, you understand? You make sure you clean, you fresh. You go in there on Sunday, you talk to the door people, hey, you understand, Miss Jenkins, Miss Patterson, and then they ask you about school, and then you go inside, you sit down. Most of it, I know I fell asleep damn near every time. So maybe that's the reason I didn't catch the Holy Spirit, because I was knocked the hell out when it was coming around. You understand? But most of the time, you go over there, you sit down, you listen to the sermon, you listen to the opening statements, you listen to a goddamn prayer or something. He may tell a story about David and Goliath. He won't tell the whole goddamn story. He won't tell you he was killing Africans. You understand? But he'll tell you a little story about David and Goliath. You send money around. And then next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. Next thing you know, I'm waking up out of my sleep because the ground is shaking. Some old ladies with hats is clapping so goddamn loud. Big mama in the front, her hat about to fall off. You understand? And then out of the blue, it's the most hoodest, thuggish, down to the bone, crip blood brother I've ever seen in my life running around. You understand? Like he a chicken with his head cut off, running back and forth, talking about save me or I've been saved or whatever the hell he's talking about. I guess that's the Holy Ghost. I was maybe a ghost in here, you understand? I don't know how holy that is.
That's right.
That seems like every other ghost you run away from. You understand? And then that's it. Now, when I think about that, I have to question, how is that serving the Most High? How is that doing anything? Running up and down the aisles of the church. You understand? Me running track up and down the lanes and stuff, is that serving the Most High as well? It's almost like being a Christian serving the Most High is a breath of fresh air that you get. Serving the Most High is. You ever put the Listerine strip on your mouth, on your tongue, and then you breathe, and then it's like, you understand? That's what Christians believe serving the Lord, when that is absolutely false. You understand? According to the Bible. Serving the Most High is an action. You understand? It's a sacrifice that you have to make day in and day out. It's a way that you have to live. This is the decisions that you make, you understand, has to be based on the law, statutes, and commandments, like the sister said. And that's how you serve the Most High. So when the scripture is saying you got to come back to the Lord and come back with the people, you understand? Don't get it twisted. It's talking about the Isupk under Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
This is the only place where you're going to come back together with your people and your people only. You understand? Don't forget that part. When you can say, okay, well, what about Islam? White people can be Muslims. White people can go in that Muslim mosque with you. The Bible didn't say come together with everybody. It said come together with your nation of people that's not desired. When you look at every Christian church, white people can go in there with you. In every Christian church, I don't think there is one Christian church in America that white people cannot walk into and worship with you. If any of y'all know about one, let me know. I would love to hear about it. I've never heard of one. But the scripture didn't say come together with them. You understand? Not a Buddhist monk. Buddhist monks will accept white people. Every other religion or ideology will accept white people or any heathen, you understand? And that's further proof that that's how you know that this scripture can only be talking about one place. You even got fake Israelite groups that accept heathens. Right. You understand? All day, want the Africans and the Edomites. You understand? Holding hands, singing Holly Lolly Jah, whatever the hell they be doing. What is that? What is that? GOCC? They be having the big old, the white garments and white GOCC sitting there singing Kumbaya with little old Lily, little old Lori and her family. You understand? And that's so disgusting, man. But we got to get out of that and come back to the truth, man, with all people and all people only. That's why there's only one place on this earth where you will, one, go find out how to serve the Most High, and for two, you're only going to be with your brothers and sisters, and that's Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's
and that
right.
is ISUPK.
Right. That's right.
That's the only place you're gonna be able to find it. Understand? Other than that, you lost, man. You're not doing what the Lord is telling you to do. Read, keep going up.
Seek righteousness. Seek meekness.
Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. You understand? Humbleness. Keep reading.
It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
It may be ye that should be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Who knows what that's talking about? Sis?
So like when Yahushua come back and Most High wrath, when he comes to destroy everything, that you basically gonna be saved from destruction.
Right, meaning you gonna be hidden away from that nuclear warfare. You're gonna be hidden away from all chaos and murder and all the bloodshed that's gonna be happening in the streets of America. You're gonna be taken away from that. You understand why? Because you decided to come into the ISUPK and serve the Most High. You decided to come into the only place where your brothers and sisters was only allowed to dwell amongst each other. You understand? You decided to stop being a Christian. You decided to stop being a Muslim or a Pan-Africanism person, whatever. You understand? Atheist, having orgy parties every year. You decided to stop doing all the wicked things in your life and come back to the Most High. Is there any more on that?
That's the end of verse 3.
All right, give me John chapter 14. I think verse 7. First John chapter 4 and verse. Let me do it. 1 John 4 and 17. Salaki. You understand? Where's Babylon? So that grab Babylon real quick. This Facebook keep going up. I got it back up now. There's no sweat on me. Just back up. Yeah, I just had to get you. I'll call you back if it goes back out. No sweat. Salaki.
Four and 17 out of 1.
Come. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 17.
Herein is our love made
Come.
perfect. Come.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 17. Herein is our love made perfect.
Herein is our love made perfect. You understand? A lot of Christians like to use this scripture a lot. You understand? To try to teach that we should love everybody. Because Christians, Christians don't understand what love is according to the Most High. Christians don't understand what love is according to dealing with your brother and sister in the truth. Or in the world, Slocky rather. Christians just don't, I say this all the time and it's funny, but Christians are like children. You understand? Because Christians just really do not know anything, especially when it comes to the Lord or their people. You understand? So us being in the Christian church, we grew up thinking that love was some kind of emotional feeling, touchy, little spirit, tingly, sensation that you get in your heart when you just see somebody and you just, you understand? Like that's not love. You understand? A lot of times we get love and romance mixed together. You understand? Romance is something that was created by the Romans, and that's what you understand. idea of love that we have today come from. You understand? When love was never a tingly feeling in your spirit. Love was an action. You understand? According to 1 John 2 and 3. You understand? Love is the love of God is serving the commandments. You understand? The statutes and commandments, following his law. You understand that? You got to imagine, if you're a sister and you got a husband who beats on you every day and calls you names every day and locks you down in a dungeon, but then every night he comes down there and tell you, but I do love you. Are you going to believe him? A lot of Christians will, because Christians got a false sense of love. You understand? But they don't understand that love is not locking me in the goddamn dungeon. Love is not, beating on me every goddamn day. Love is not, just belittling me every goddamn day. That's not what love is. You understand? Love is an action. Love is being able to correct you. Love is not just lying to you and telling you that it's okay to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Love is, being able to not give a damn about your feelings if you're doing something wrong. You understand? That's what love is. That is what, you understand? And that's how we got to learn to love each other as a people. Imagine if the ghetto, right? Imagine if in the ghetto, we understood that concept of love according to the Most High. Just imagine that. Them old ladies who claim to have a lot of love for their youngsters and the kids in the ghetto, they will be out there every day having a fit, every single day. You understand? Telling them, it's a sin to be eating pork. It's a sin to be selling them drugs on them corners. It's a sin to be getting them tattoos. You understand? It ain't parents is in, they fathers and they mothers is in. And if they knew that, well, by me continuing to do this against the Most High is going to continue to put my family in this condition.
Right.
The children in my neighborhood will continue to die because of the decisions that I'm making that be cleaned up by tomorrow. You understand? Police force they'll be no longer needed for as much of a police force in Durham, North Carolina, in the ghettos. You wouldn't need it because we would know how to police ourselves.
Right.
Because we would know how to love each other.
That's right.
We would know how to love one another. You would see the homelessness drop. The rate of homeless people would drop overnight. You understand? Because you would have no choice but to open up your home. You would have no choice but to say, you know what, brother, come in here, man. We're gonna get you off them drugs. Them drug dealers wouldn't have a choice selling the drugs. You understand? The rehabilitation would be the ghetto. They would have to leave the ghetto and try to get to Beverly Hills to try to find some coke. If people learn how to love each other, but instead we listening to our Christian pastors, and our Christian pastors has taught us how to hate one another, and that's all they've done. You understand? Or read that from the top.
Come. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 17. Mm-hmm. Herein is our love made perfect, that we have boldness in the day of judgment.
That we have boldness in the day of judgment. What is that saying? What does that mean? That this is your love is made perfect, that we have boldness in the day of judgment. What's that talking about, brother?
Would that boldness be like not being ashamed to sit there and follow the law, statute, commandments, and do what the Lord says?
That's the boldness you have, but that's correct. But I want to give it more in a sense like what the sister said earlier, that we be hid from the day of judgment. So what is it talking about? Like, okay, if I give you that example, sis, you got it? You want to try?
I was going to say, let me scared when it's time.
Right. You understand? Like, say I grew up with a lot of brothers, so I done went through this myself. When it came time to report card time, there was times where I was the nigga with the straight A's and B's, and them niggas had F's. And there was other times when I had a couple F's, and they had straight A's and B's. You understand? You seen the difference clearly. On that bus ride back, they was happy. I'm like, man. You understand? I don't know how I'm going to stand in the face of judgment. Because this is judgment day. I'm coming home. This is the day. Because the parents know you getting the report cards today. So they standing at the door. My father was ruthless. You understand? He'd be standing out the door with they call them the two snakes. You understand? Big old metal buckle belts that my great grandfather gave to him. You understand? He used to always say, go get the snakes. You understand? That'd be the worst thing ever, man. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand fear until that nigga telling you go get the two snakes, and you ain't nothing but like a 10-year-old boy Like, oh man. You know what I'm saying? Even with your friends in the house, sometimes my friends would be in the house and they'll be like, did you say snakes? Like some literal snakes? I'm like, nah, man, just stay upstairs, man. Go outside. You don't know what's about to go down. But you understand, but that day, but when you got the straight A's and you come off the bus and you see that scary man or whatever, your mom sitting up there with flip flop or the twitches or the belt. Understand? You don't give a damn what's in her hand. You say, oh, she got a goddamn gun. I don't give a damn. Cause I'm about to hand her this goddamn report card and she gonna put that crap away today. You understand? Like, yeah, go get me that new video game I've been wanting. You understand? That's the boldness that you'll have when the day of the Lord is coming. You understand? So when you hearing about the bombs is dropping and the coronavirus and told and went to 7 billion, you understand? Whatever the hell numbers may be, and all chaos is broken loose, you're not gonna be sitting around running amok. Why? Why not?
That's it.
It's like you don't have that boldness, you ain't scared. You be ready.
But why would you? Right, you right.
You already got yourself together. You already know you're straight if you know what you're supposed to do.
But okay, that's you right. And in here we understand you. We all you became here. But break it down for a Christian, because a Christian will swear up and down after she just got done having sex with the whole college football team that she good. She don't got that. She got that boldness. She gonna face Father the Lord. She gonna go talk to him, that nigga, tomorrow. You understand? That's what she gonna do. But you understand? So you gotta break it down for a Christian. Sis, you want to try?
Because we following all First Commandments.
Because we've been doing what the Lord been saying to do. You understand? We came inside the one body of Christ. You understand? We stopped selling drugs. We stopped eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. So when that day is coming, you're not even worried. You're worried like, damn, you understand? Like, try to tell my homegirl Felicia. I try to tell her, man. Try to tell her she ain't want to listen. She wanted to keep smoking that pork. I tried to tell my brother all day, man. I know it's the truth, man. I know it's the truth. But you know, man, I just can't stop smoking weed right now. You're gonna allow weed to be the thing that, you know, kills you in that day, that has the Lord, you know, run judgment down on you that day for some weed. I'd rather not be that brother.
Right.
I'd rather be the brother standing with my niggas, you understand, pulling up in a goddamn the Passover, sitting up there like, I'm good. You understand? I ain't do nothing wrong for the Most High to come and rain judgment down on me.
Right.
You understand? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped selling drugs. I stopped hitting strip clubs and getting tattoos and gang banging. You understand? And toting illegal pistols. You understand? I stopped doing those things. You understand? So I'm good to go. So now you had something? Did you raise your hand or Kapar? Somebody raise their hand? All right, no sweat. All right, can you read them?
Behold.
You can read it from the top. Yeah, go ahead, no sweat.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 17. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world.
Because as he is, so are we. You understand? That's talking about the Most High. As so, read that one more time, that last part.
Because as he is, so are we in this world.
Meaning, you understand? Because Christians will love to say that they take on the image. You don't understand? Or they are one with God. You understand? They're like the Most High because they love every goddamn body. You understand? I blame the Christian pastor because that could be not further from the truth. You understand? Money laundering and all the other kind of wicked things that go on in Christian church does not make you understand, like the Most High at all. You understand? It makes you further away from the Most High. So that's why it's so important that we come together and learn from the brothers, you understand, that is following what the Most High is saying, because otherwise you're going to be messed up in that day. You understand? Believing, and that's the sad part. The sad part is that a lot of these brothers and sisters out here, you know, they are just so ignorant to the truth that they literally have no idea. You understand? They have no clue about anything about no pork. They don't know anything about no hookah pens. They just out here doing it and listening to their pastor. You understand? And that's how you know that the pastors do not love the people that's up under him. because of the pastors actually love. I tell this story like I told it one more time. I tell it one more time, like I said before. I remember the time I went up in the Central, and I was about to go try to debate, you understand, with the people inside the student union at the Bible study. Pastor John Bennett, I remember. And he had some older brother, a Christian, of course. He came up to me. I guess he seen my shield. And he said, "I see you working with the Most High." He said something like that. And I was like, yeah. He was like, "There's some nice tattoos that you got." And I'm like, "Yeah, no sweat, man." He was like, "You gonna get some more or something like that?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna get no more. I found out that it was a sin against the Most High. I ain't gonna get no more tattoos." And you would think that a Christian, you understand, who's supposed to love their people would say, that's good. That's Most High in Christ. Don't do it. Don't get tattoos. You understand? That's not good for your body. It's not good for your skin. You understand? That's your temple. Keep it pure. You understand? You would think that a Christian would say that, but you know what he told me? He told me, well, that's whatever happened to the debate with him. Well, that's another story. That brother, the short answer is that brother looked up the UPK and never responded to any text message or call. You understand? That's the short answer for that. But what he told me was that, if I did go get a tattoo again, that the Lord would forgive me, so I'm good to go do it. You understand? And how diabolical, that's the most disgusting thing you can ever tell a person. You understand? And of course, to Christians, it doesn't sound that bad, right? Because you're talking about a tattoo. Let me break it down. Say you got a daughter, and your daughter grows up, and somewhere along the line of her life, she's 22, right? And you tell your daughter, or you let's say I'm the Christian, right? And I see your daughter somewhere on the block, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I mean, Salaki. I'm like, "Oh shoot, ain't you so and so daughter?" And she like, "Yeah." You understand? And I see her later, and then she like snorting cocaine, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's you can't be doing that, sis. That's coke. You shouldn't be doing that." And then she says, "You know what? You're right. I shouldn't be doing that." And then she says, I went into the Bible and I found out that doing drugs was a sin against the Most High. So I ain't gonna do it no more. How diabolical, how disgusting, how hateful would it be for me to then say, well, if you do it again, the Lord's still gonna love you. You understand that? How hateful is that? That's not love. You understand? If that was ever me, if I was the parent in that situation, even without the truth, I would hope that you would say, "Yeah, whatever the hell you talking about, sinning, yeah, don't do that shit again." Right. You understand? Don't do no more goddamn coke again. You understand? But because Christians want to accept every goddamn thing, they want you to go and get all the tattoos. They want you to go and eat all the pork and all the shrimp. Why? Because they want you to have something that's in them. They want you to be more like them. Don't get it twisted. Them old head Christians, men, they know that their women is running them and they don't like it. They know that the life they're living is against God and they don't like it. But they feel like they're too old. They can't change. You understand? That's them brothers, even the younger brothers, they see us in here and they see, you understand, that I can have a rib and then, you understand, I'm not like them. I can have another rib. You understand? They see them that life that we live in the truth, and they don't love the life that they live, but it's easier for them. So that's why every time they get a chance, they're going to watch. They're going to, inspect you. They're going to try to persuade you to do what? Be more like them. You understand? Because Christianity teaches you to hate your brother. Christianity teaches you to hate your sister. Christianity doesn't teach you that if you're a drug head, you should still not allow someone else to be a drug head. Christianity teaches you if you're a drug head or a crackhead, then you should make it acceptable for other people to be drug abusers or crackheads or gangbangers. You understand? That's what Christianity does. It gives you a gateway to allow the plagues of sin to just roam amok on the earth. You understand? That's what Christianity does. And that's why Christianity is disgusting, and that's why no Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian should ever sit another Sunday in a stinking Christian church.
That's right.
You understand? Because you're not going to learn how to fix your life. What you'll learn is how to destroy yours and to destroy every life around you. You understand? Christians are never good examples for anything. If you don't believe me, go look in the prison. Prison system is filled with what? Christians and Muslims. You look up every homosexual, you know, they either Christian or some kind of atheist or whatever. You look up every child molester, every mass murderer, every school shooter, the KKK, everything that we consider bad or terrible in America, everything that's ever been done terribly was either done by Christians or Muslims. Every time. You understand? For the most part, for the majority. You understand? So that's why it's so important that we get out there at Christian church. Give me Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Again, to all the viewers on the line, if y'all got any questions, any comments, just type it in. I'll get to it.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. This is what that brother who told me to go get tattoos should have told me. He should have told me that there is a thin line between the Most High's wrath and the Most High's love. It's a thin line you got to walk. It's like a tightrope. You understand? That way it leaves you with no lead way. You understand? This is the way, brother. Like this, we talking about. Well, I got into it with a sister the other day about the goddamn Zion. What is his name? Zaire Wade? Or what? It was Zion. Zion. Nah, what was his name before? Zion. Like Zion Williams. Okay, so he changed from Zion Williams to Zion, right? I know not Williams part, but yeah, the Zion part. Okay, so we got into about the Zion. You understand? Because the other one is Zaire, right?
Right, the older one.
The Hebrew. Okay, Most High Christ. But we got into it about the Zion, and of course the sister, she's not like pro homosexuality or anything like that. But her issue was how do you stand, you understand, like not supporting your child's decision life. You understand? Her thing was, this is my child. You understand? I gotta stand with my child. I'ma stand with my child through life and death. You understand? And I had to correct her, and because I guess what she thought I was saying was that, you should just hate your child. Or you should just get rid of him. And that's not what I was saying to her. You understand? What I told her was, unlike the Christian church, when someone is doing something that is unrighteous or unruly, you understand, or bad, you can still love that brother or that sister, but you cannot love whatever the hell it is he's doing.
Right.
You can love that drug dealer on the block, but you cannot love the fact that he sells drugs. And even for your child, you can love Zion Wade. You can love him to death. You can die for him if you so choose to do that. But you cannot support him going against the Most High.
Right.
Because you're not loving him, you are hating him.
Right.
When he gets AIDS and dies from AIDS or HIV, you will be at his grave and you will have to know that you supported this.
Right.
I gave the example. What if he wasn't growing up and he wasn't trying to be a girl? Let's say he grew up watching State Penitentiary. Let's say he grew up watching State Property or Scarface and Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. What you got?
Oz.
What?
Oz.
Oh, Oz. Let's say he grew up watching those things. And he said, you know what? I don't want to be a good boy. I want to be a bad boy. I want to be a gangbanger. That's what I want to do. I want to sell drugs. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be no goddamn basketball player. I want to sell dope. That's what I want to do. I go outside and buy me a blue flag so I can put in my left pocket, buy me some Dickie blue jeans and some Timbs and some tank tops while you're at it, because I want to be a Crip. Do you gotta support that? Would a Christian support that? Would a Christian parent after a Sunday afternoon go to the mall and say, "You said the blue flag, son. Let me get the blue flag and what size Timberlands you wear? Get the Timberlands, man. Let me get the little BB gun too, man. You understand? You want to have the BB gun on him. You understand? Let him go ahead. You gotta have real coke right now, son. Why can't we just crush up some Smarties?" Hey, man, let me hit up my own boy, man. Hey, man. Hey, yo, Dre, you got you that stuff, man. What you talking about, man? Man, I ain't selling you no stuff. Yeah, I need it for my son, man. I gotta support my son's dreams. He wanna be a goddamn drug dealer. I need to get some drugs so he can stop asking me questions, man. Just give me the goddamn drugs so I can give it to my son. You would never do it because you don't want your son to die from being a drug dealer. You understand? And it's so disgusting that Dwayne Wade is doing this, man. Man, good night, because Dwayne Wade was my favorite player, man, after Michael Jordan in 2003. And he's losing all my respect over this, man, because you do not have to support it. If it was in the future that my son would grow up, good night. God forbid, well, not my son, because we ain't the truth. But if I was in the world and my son would grow up to be 20-some years old, to start wearing dresses and being Magic Johnson's son, then let that nigga get out of my house first before he do that.
Damn right.
I'm not going to the mall and buying no goddamn dress. You have every right and authority over your child, what he watches, what they eat, what they listen to, who they talk to, where they go, what school they attend. You have every right and authority over your children. You don't have to support a goddamn thing. If I don't want you to be a ballerina, I'm not supporting it because I have the right to. You want to support some shit? Grow up and have kids and support it.
Right.
You go up and do it. But I've already lived my life. I found my woman. I done did what I had to do to have my own child so I can run something. You understand? I was tired of my father beating me, so I done made me something that I can beat when they get bad grades or something. You want to go and live your life against what I'm telling you to do, then grow up and go, get on your own, man. Go become a man first and then turn to a woman if that's what you want to do. Right. But you're not going to be a woman up under my house.
That's right.
You understand? Because I'm not going to support it. You understand? To hell with all that publicity BS, man. And even further than that, it's so terrible because, man, he's 12 years old, man. Like, you don't know how and Christians make me so sick because they so hypocritical, man. Christians are the most hypocritical people on the face of the earth. How many of y'all know who Sierra is? Sierra got slandered for what? Is it Sierra or is it Alicia Keys?
What, with the fingernails?
Mm-hmm.
It was Alicia Keys with her son saying that her son was embarrassed to wear his fingernail polish. Something about you.
Oh, no, not that one. It was. I think it was either Sierra or Alicia Keys. Which one of these female celebrities they got slandered for so long because people were saying she was born a boy?
Oh, that's Sierra.
Sierra. Sierra got so much slander, right? People still make fun of it to this day because they said that she was born a boy. Something that I don't know the truth about that. You understand? I don't know if she was born a boy or what, or if it's just a myth or whatever. But she got slandered behind that. And the same Christians who will make fun of her, will make jokes of her, are the same ones saying to let Zaya Wade become a female at 12. Now, what happens when or if he grows up to be 22 and he decides being a girl thing ain't him? Being a girl thing ain't for me. I think I like girls. You understand? Because he ain't even had it. Like, come on, man. Come on now. How simple can you be for you to say, I want to be a girl? Have you been with a girl yet?
Right.
Have you laid down in the bed with a woman and had her rub your back and tell you a story about what happened with her father when she was growing up? Have you experienced that? Have you good night? Have you done that with a man? I hope not. You understand? But what in the hell have you done that has made you psychologically believe that, yeah, this is what the hell I want to do? You understand? It's so disgusting. What you guys is?
He ain't got a growth spurt yet. When he start getting testosterone really shoot through him, his voice ain't even changed yet.
Good
You know what I
night.
mean? So he don't know anything, and they're allowing it, but they're not guiding him. They're not raising him.
Good
They're
night.
just trying to
Sis, I'm
make
gonna
him
get
feel
you.
good.
Go ahead, sis.
They even said that just was article saying that Dwayne Wade said his son, he knew his son was gonna be gay when he was 3 years old. That's he knew it ever since he was 3 that he was gonna be a girl.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to the Shamar. First of all, being gay is a man who likes another man. What the hell is this? You being a girl, though? You understand? Like, what is that? Good night, Shamar.
If I made with that, so it's like, wait a minute. If you look it up, being gay is a sexual orientation.
Exactly.
How the hell has a 3-year-old decided
He ain't
who
had
they like to have sex with?
Good night, man.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's crazy because we, for most of our society, claims they understand that, well, what makes it wrong about children, involving children with sexual things is that they're not of the age to make those decisions. They can't think along those lines. They're not ready mentally for what comes with that, or what that process is about. But now you're gonna tell a 12-year-old kid that he's capable of deciding that he wants to be a girl for the rest of his life. It makes all those people who say that, yo, they're trying to legalize pedophilia and all that, it's starting to sound real correct. Because it seems like that's damn the correct direction they're going.
I've been saying that pedophilia. I've been saying that. I'm gonna get this to Doc. I'm gonna get to you, sis. I've been saying that for the longest, man, because a lot of people they like I grew up in the time. Luckily, I had like my father, right? My father would teach me about things in the past, right? He taught me about when he was growing up in school. They didn't have homosexuals. Like they had them, but they ain't have them. Like if you could not come out and be openly gay, nothing. You would get jumped every goddamn day, literally. So you couldn't do it because it wasn't accepted. Why? Because back then, I think it was like what the 70s or 60s, whatever. It was thought of as a mental illness. You understand? It was like, you know, what the hell is wrong with you? You understand? Like that's disgusting, man. That is disgusting. Like how, like damn near every brother, you understand, at least growing up, right? If we being real, every brother thinks about prison growing up, right? They fear going to prison. What is the main reason they fear going to prison? They're getting raped, man. That's the main thing that keep nigga like, man, I don't know about that, man. I ain't trying to go up in there, man. It ain't the food, it ain't the cell, like all that stuff is bad. But the main thing you think about is dropping the soap. Or the booty bandit, the booty warrior, you understand? That's all you thinking about, man. Because it's like, that's not a Tawab thing at all. So how sick do you have to be in your mind to say, like, I'm gonna just go do it for the hell of it? You understand? Like that, man, good night. You understand? So Doc, what you have, man?
If you, from the sounds of it to me, if you 3 years old and you know your son was gonna be gay at 3 years old, you was touching him at 3 years old. Something been going on with you for a long time. For now, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's okay for him to be gay. You made him gay. I'm gonna say what ain't nobody else gonna say. Dwayne Wade been touching that little boy. That's exactly what that is. Because there's no way in hell your son gay at 12. He ain't had nothing to be gay. He don't know what it feel like you said. 3 years old, you knew he was gonna be gay. 2 years old, you was playing in it.
Good night, brother. I hope not.
That's what it is. I'm sorry. That's what it is.
Somebody called the shade room. This Dwayne Wade convicted. You understand? But it is, and even in that sense, because you understand, that's what I was gonna get to. Because a lot of these people who, you understand, who come out and try to be gay or try to change their gender, you do find that in most cases, damn near every case, that they were sexually molested. You understand? So it's not so far-fetched to say, you understand, I hope it's not Dwayne Wade. I pray. I face the East. You understand? I'm like, man, that's the only dignity. I got your jersey in my closet, brother. If I find out that you did that to your son, I cannot have that jersey in my closet no more. It gotta go. I'm gonna lay the rest with Kobe Bryant. You understand? He gonna have to be dead to me, brother. Good night. Go ahead and give the tributes to him now. So I can never, think about that. But I hope he didn't do that. But in a lot of cases, that happens to a lot of these boys, man. You understand? Coming up, especially that young of age, especially you don't know, they got money and all that, but you don't know how close knit their family is together. You don't know who's really watching them. Dwayne Wade's gone playing basketball. You got Gabrielle Union, she's gone doing movies. Who the hell is actually watching these kids? You understand? And then when you're around that much money, you know how much corrupt people there is around you. It's no telling what the hell can happen, man. And again, they are all Christians, all of them. So that's the straw on the camel back right there. That you don't know what a Christian can do because they're liable to do anything. What you have, sis?
So he was on TV this morning and he was saying that his son was identifying his son was called trans straight. He said he's not gay. So trans straight, they're talking about he identifies with one, but he's not, because he identifies with women, he's not attracted to women, he's attracted to men, which is still gay, right? So it's all this confusion, even with the language that they use. It used to be that they would say he's born that way. Yeah, look it up, it's called trans straight. It's crazy, it's the craziest thing I ever heard. But they used to say that people were born that way, and now they make it a choice. And that little boy at 3 years old, with somebody messing with him, he grew up very confused, and now he don't even have his dad just trying to tell him that that's not the way. And that's heartbreaking. And that's some terrible stuff. He wasn't protected.
Did you say trans straight?
Trans straight. I had to look it up myself.
Salakia, I want, if I may, supposedly there are 12 or 13 different genders now.
No, like 56. They got a whole list. I promise you. I looked it up.
What that post say? To hell with it.
That's
I identify myself with Michael Jackson. My pronouns is he. That's to hell with it. What you want to identify with? A moose? Who got ants? You understand? You want to be a goddamn ant? I identify as an insect. My nigga, like, what the hell is this? You understand? That one, I'm gonna get to you, sis. What you got?
So I was gonna say, it's not in nobody's defense. It's more like I understand because he's 12 years old, so that means he was 2020. So he was born in 2008.
It's 12 years old, or whatever the hell.
Whatever. He's 12 years old. So he was born in 2008, and a lot of these things that they're doing now, this confusion, even in the rhetoric, started to happen around the time when Obama got elected. His whole administration did so much for the LGBT that it became more and more prominent in the media. Whereas like the rest of us who was, of a certain age, like we grew up in a time where if I even made if a word came out of my mouth that sounded too feminine how I said it, my father was ready to smack fire out and be like, yo, don't talk like that. Like, don't do that.
Yo, I used to have a thing when I would be little or whatever, and I used to just sit with my head like this.
Right.
So I rock would come through like swinging the floor like ball like just yo goddamn hell. Man, I'm not doing that, man. I'm just like tired, bro. I'm just ready. He's like, yo, how you doing that, man? He used to get on me on like rubbing the cover and stuff. And I'd be like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm talking, I'm like 4 years old, brother. You just telling me I don't know what the hell I was doing.
No, but these kids are like, they're growing up now in a world that's telling them, oh, a parent is bad if they do that.
Right.
So they're going to schools and learning about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? When we went to school, we didn't learn about that.
Yeah, nice.
You know what I'm saying? They're coming up in this kind of society, this kind of world. That's just everything they know. Even through, you got in New York, like I know a person who works at a school. Mm-hmm. And at that school that they work at, this is an elementary school. There are 3 children at that school that identify as transgender. And these are kids. So all the other little kids who don't know no better, if somebody says, you know what I'm saying, you don't be a little kid, you might be like, oh, I like such and such. No, I like such and such. I like such and such. The little boy may be saying he liked such and such, and nobody told him, you know that's really a boy, right? And they grow up in a world where that's regular. Good. So that's the danger of it, you know what I'm saying?
Nice. Sis, what you had?
I was gonna say that, they started not way earlier than even 2 or 3 years old, because when kids are born nowadays, you don't have to put a gender on their birth
Put the
certificate.
X.
You can be whatever the parent can choose to allow their child to be whatever they want at birth. Like you can leave that hospital and say, hey, we just gonna let them figure out what they want to be when they get 3 or 4 or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put, when I was born, you put male or female. There is no in between, ain't no if, ands, or I don't know, maybe kind of cute like a girl, but he got hair, you know, like,
Yeah, good night.
so
Understand.
they making it so that, like you said, it's looked down upon as a parent if you don't give them that opportunity. Like, how can you say that it's wrong for a parent to tell a child their gender when you born with either one? You got what you got because of who you are, and that wouldn't make you what you is. But you trying to tell me that I'm wrong if I tell my daughter she's a girl and she can't be a boy.
Good night. This place right here is hell.
Bad business.
This place right here is a goddamn clown house, man.
That's
Man, the hell you talking about? Your 12-year-old son is a goddamn girl, man. It ain't no goddamn girl, man. It's not. It's literally not a girl. There's no way. There's no way in hell. Now, I really want whoever's in charge of saying that this crap is okay. I really wish that they would come out and publicly make statements so that I can ask, well, what if your son wants to be a moose? Is that okay? If your son wants to be a goddamn dragon, a literal dragon, not figuratively speaking, he wants to be a goddamn dragon and identify as a dragon, meaning when I see him, I have to say, oh, look, Dr. Wong, look, it's got them dragon. I have to say that. You understand? How the hell this is, you understand? Give me Amos 9 and 8. Because this is damn near can't even speak about that, man. But like I was saying back with Sierra, man, imagine that brother grows up to be 22 years old, 25 years old, and gets drunk one night and accidentally gets him some. Accidentally go ahead and gives him a wife. And then he come out, he like, man. And he like, yo, I don't know what we did last night, shorty, but I gotta tell you something. She's like, what? I'm really a girl. And she's looking at him like, nigga, no, you not. What the hell is you talking about? You understand? And then now he gotta come out and do what? Now he has to come out and publicly, announce that he's a boy again. You understand? And you don't know how that can go. That could be, torment on him publicly because it's already, like don't get it twisted. There's a lot of people out here right now, just like us, even if we was in the world, we still not going through that nonsense. There's still a lot of us like that, but you only seeing what the white man's gonna push. Right. You only gonna see what, the celebrities that speak good about it. Those are the ones that's gonna get pushed on Twitter. Those are the comments and you understand, statements that you'll see. You understand? Because America is trying to push this kind of mentality or this world. You understand? America is trying to bring Babylon back again. That's exactly what America is trying to do, where you can be anything, where you can do anything, where you can have sex with anything you want to have sex with, because you don't understand that what America is trying to do is America is trying to be able to have sex with your 4-year-old sons. America, the kings of America are trying to have sex with your 3-year-old daughters if they want to. And they want to push it to the point where it's like Babylon, where you do not have control over your children. That's like you said earlier. You understand? They trying to push it so that a man will get ridiculed for telling his son that you can't be a girl. They're pushing that so that you don't have no control over you don't have control over your wife. You don't have control over your house, and then you don't have control over your children. We already don't have control over our neighborhoods, over our government, over anything. And so what is that going to bring when we have control of nothing? It means that we can be raped and molested by anything. You understand? And if you look back at some of the movies like Alexander the Great, if you could check that out, you'll see in there scenes where it's just normal. Where you just have young boys who'll be serving some food, some bread and some wine, and then the old white men just talking. And then next thing you know, the white dude is, I ain't gonna say too much, but the white dude would just take the young boy and just go. You understand? And it's like nobody looks at it like, the hell are you doing? Like, we talking, first of all, having a conversation.
Right.
The hell are you gonna do this while we having a conversation with one another? What the hell is wrong with you? Because that's the natural state of the so-called white man.
That's right.
He is the beast on the earth. He's the most subtle beast, and he wants to go back to being that. You understand? He wants to go back to his natural ways, where he can have his orgy parties and sex. Don't think that they ain't doing it. Don't think that it ain't millions and millions of rich white men who get up in some rich penthouses, turn off the lights, and just go buck wild with one another. Don't think they don't do it. They do it, and they have fun with it, and they leave, they go take a shower, use a Gillette to shave off the goddamn monkey hair they got on their back. They put on the suit, and they go to work. You understand? And those are the same people that is ruling us. You understand? Those are the same people that had our people in chains for 400 years, and that's why we got to come out here in these classes, man, and show our people what kind of beast we're actually trying to love. You understand? That's why the scriptures say, and in that day, our eyes shall look narrowly upon them, saying, is this that caused the earth to tremble, that made nations to shake? This homosexual, him, this guy who wanted to have sex with 3-year-old boys and molest children and allow the world to be, what do you call it? Straight gays?
Straight trans.
Straight trans? Is this the man? You understand? That allowed the world to allow to become girls and then girls to become boys and then a straight trans? I still don't get the concept. What is it? It's a transgender.
Because of how they see themselves.
Okay, so because he actually, so if a boy was born a boy and he becomes a transgender and becomes a girl,
He thinks he's a girl.
but
he's not attracted to girls because that would make him a lesbian.
okay, so but that's what I'm saying though.
So he's not attracted to girls because he's not attracted. He is a girl.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
But not talking about straight gays. I'm saying just normal goddamn, transgender.
Exactly. That's the confusion.
Normal transgenderism. If a normal transgender, a boy who turn himself into a girl, they have sex with who? They like men, right? Right?
No.
No?
Not
What
necessarily.
the hell is going on?
What
the hell, man?
I don't get it.
God damn, man. I know it's a whole lot of LBGTQPRS on this Twitter, man. You understand? If I'm offending you, good. You understand? Great. You need to stop with that wicked nonsense. That's disgusting, man. I can't even explain it, man. What the hell is the letters in your organization mean any goddamn way? And did you add one for the straight ways? Oh, yeah. What is it? Straight gays, Salakia. So, what you got, Shamar? Salakia.
Salakia. I was saying before, the two brothers who directed the Matrix trilogy, the Wachowski brothers,
Don't tell me that.
they both transitioned to women.
Brother.
So they're no longer the Wachowski brothers, they're now the Wachowski sisters. And people, if I'm not mistaken, they're both still married to their wives.
Confusion.
Brother. Good night, man. I'm gonna still watch The Matrix, brother. I like The Matrix.
They got a new one coming out.
They got a new one?
They got a new one coming
And that's gonna suck because they girls now.
They already hired a few LGBTs to be actors in it.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible, man. I don't know that either. I'm not watching that one. That's gonna be probably worse than Jeepers Creepers 3.
out. Where's the cheapest people's one?
Brother, all right, brother. Hold on now. You gotta chill out, son. You gotta brother. Don't come on, man. That's a classic. That's a classic, brother. Where did you get those eyes? Understand? Can't talk about the creeper, man. But understand, back on top of those, man. But that's so like the sister said. Like the brother, all of y'all said, man, it's confusion. It's not understandable. You gotta question, why the hell are we living like this? Why the hell would we accept something like this? How, like, for a straight gay to say that he's a woman, and I'm still confused. All right. Good night. I'm gonna try to put it down like this, right? So a regular transgender, a regular tranny, a girl, a boy who turned himself to a girl, who does he have sex with? I mean, she. The tranny girl, so like, I'm being serious now. The tranny girl, the boy who was a boy, is now a tranny. What does the tranny have sex with? Normally.
They remove the penis?
What?
But that's the problem, because he's still a little boy. He's biologically a male.
So he's still
So
plumbing.
they're going off of what he sees himself as being. He sees himself as being a female, so therefore they address him as a female because he sees himself as a woman, which means that he is what they call straight trans.
So okay, now this is a serious
mental
question.
health.
Is this something that is supported by the Constitution? Like, is this by law that I have to see him as a woman? Is that by law? Like, okay, if I smacked him, whatever, would I be tried as if I smacked a woman?
They gonna try that as a hate crime, regardless of man or woman. That's a hate crime.
Good night. The sister said just like they tried to force men into liking transgender women, saying they're women too.
Yeah.
Good night.
Who is that?
Good, huh?
Who was that did that too?
Who did that?
Somebody.
Genuine.
Genuine.
The singer.
Come on,
Because
bro.
he didn't like that trans woman, and he said they were
Oh, they tried to force him. I thought you said he was trying to force him. Okay, I was about to say, man, Genuine is a go-to, brother. Good night, man. Most High in Christ. Genuine still brother. You understand? He's still man. What you got, sis?
Was in the same situation. He tried to say that he wasn't gay because the women that he was like, even though they was trans, they was still.
That's the opposite. That's the opposite.
They
He said it's okay to
But he
say.
said that they're still women.
No, that was gay. That was gay. And we know.
I'm just saying.
I don't get,
They
you
had a
understand?
whole.
I don't give a damn how much surgery you got. I don't give a damn if you somehow you look like the baddest whatever on earth. If I even get worried or whiff or if I don't care, they cut the Adam's apple out. I don't know. They do everything to the point where it is really no telling by looking at them that it's a man. If I get a whiff, if the Lord comes down and it's like, I usually don't talk to y'all niggas, but I can, you understand? That's a nigga. You understand? You gotta go. You understand what you got, sis?
If you can grow to be 80 years old and you can still get prostate cancer, you're a dude. If you can get to be 80 years old and you can get prostate cancer, it don't all that other stuff is ridiculous.
So
they're
gonna be 80-year-old trannies out here, women going to get prostate exams.
That's my point. You're a dude.
Good night. And it's gonna be whatever age-old transgender men having menstrual cycles and whatnot.
Right.
Good night.
Hysterectomies.
Good night. I hope this don't cut it out. Oh, who had a hand? Sis, go ahead.
Oh, and it's crazy because I know when I used to be in the military, it came to a point where they was like, all right, well, y'all have to accept transgender. They put it to where the men can go into the women's bathroom and shower with the women, and the women can go in the men's bathroom. If you identify as that, you could go into you can live with them in the dorms and barracks. And they had a whole class on like, if you are caught, not accepting it, you can get discharged.
Oh,
Military.
Send me home.
Because this is a funny picture that depicts that, man. If I can find it real quick.
That's crazy.
So basically, men can go into the women's bathroom and women can go into the men's bathroom.
If you identify as that, you can go.
Hey, sit down. Hey, pass this around, man, because this would be me at the goddamn bathroom, man. If I go in the club or something and I see that beside me, That's gonna be what exactly my facial expression is gonna be, just like that, man. Cause what in the hell is this beside me, goddamn Joanna man, sitting there pissing with a dress on? This place is so disgusting, man. And it doesn't matter how much America tries to push for us to accept these kinds of things. We have to be bold. You understand the truth? You got to be bold when you standing for the Most High. You understand? Because America will, come down on you for not wanting to accept this. You understand? Like niggas in the UPK, brothers or sisters in the UPK, they cannot be famous. They couldn't. You understand? You try to invite me on the shade room for anything, and then if the question comes up, so how do you don't feel like you'll get backlash from the LGBT community? I feel like I don't give a damn.
That's right.
You understand? I don't give a damn about no backlash from the LGBT. What the hell is? I've never even met nobody from the LGBT community. What the hell I got to do with anything with me? You understand? UPK niggas cannot be on TV. You understand?
On TV.
They can be on TV. They gonna be like, all right, man. They're in the goddamn suit. They be like, yo, all right, Sadak, we got you coming to Hollywood, man. We gonna make the new superhero movie. They gonna call you Mr. Shield, and you're gonna be the superhero in DC Comics. You're like, okay, we'll pay you $1.2 million. Oh, that sounds nice. You're gonna do the whole movie, and at the end of the movie, you kill the villain, but then they got the last scene, and they're like, you just gotta kiss this transgender on the mouth. It's like, cut, movie over. Y'all gonna have to shoot this like Dolomite. That was me. Because I can't go for it. What you got, young man?
We're actually doing this thing where you can be two genders at the same time.
Brother, you can be a moose damn near in a week. You want to be a moose? Let's go. Write a post, man. You identify yourself as a moose. What the hell with it? Go be a moose. What you got?
So like I saw something, I don't know how it seemed accurate, like it was real. It was something like a 40-something-year-old man identified as like a 6-month-old, and a family actually adopted. So
I saw basketball identify as a pumpkin the other day. So I don't know.
Man, I thought you were being serious for a second.
Being serious.
But I mean, imagine that. Imagine if I said, I identify as being 17. I'm going back to high school. I'm playing with 17-year-olds again. Like, imagine that. Just right. They're like, yeah. How old are you? 17. You're 17. That's what I identify with. I'll be 17 for the next 5 years. You understand? Until whenever I make it. What you guys say?
For real talk, this last thing you say about transgenders, but they having a whole lot of problems with sports and athletics.
Oh yeah.
Got a whole lot of transgender the men who are now in women's sports, and of course because we have different body types, different muscular, skeletal issues and everything, they're dominating.
Right.
And then the females are like, yo, this is not fair, this is not right. But now the law has gone over to the other side where it's like, well, they can compete too as women, but you still have a penis. You know what I'm saying? It's like anatomically, you still have junk. You know what I'm saying? You still are a dude.
Right.
But it's how you see your mind, and that's how we're all being propagandized.
And I definitely seen that with track, and I also seen it with wrestling. But shame. Shame on the parents of those daughters to allow your daughter, imagine, I can't imagine seeing my daughter go out for whatever hell reason she wants to wrestle, whatever. Okay. She want to go wrestle other girls. You understand? And I go out there and she's like, she got a transgender in her heat that she's supposed to wrestle and fondle up against and feel up on.
Not today.
She canceled. She done lost that one. So lock it. And not only will she lose it, I would make it so much of a big statement that my daughter will not wrestle a man. You understand? And I would try my best to embarrass whoever the hell needed to be embarrassed so that this truth can be proliferated, that it is not okay, man. And it all comes back to the Christian church. All of it. We done made our jokes. It's funny, you understand? But the situation is so surreal, so serious. And you got to trace it back to the root of it. What is the root? we don't have strong black men in the community.
That's
Dwayne
right.
Wade is a weak man. He's been
Right.
broken from 400 years of slavery. So he does not have the strength to tell his son to shut the hell up. I don't give a damn what the hell you think you are. Go the hell to your room. Give me your goddamn iPad. Give me your phone. Give me every goddamn thing. You won't have nothing. You will sit up in a room day in and day out. You're not going to school. I will have a goddamn tutor who is in the UPK who will never goddamn tell you anything about some transgender, any goddamn bullshit. Salakia. And you will sit up into your room until you decide and realize that you're a goddamn boy.
That's right.
You're a boy growing up to be a man and nothing else. And you'll have to live with it for the rest of your life. Like a lot of things that's hard in your life, you have to live with it, grow up with it, and understand that that's just what you are. You understand? But because we're Christian men and Christian women, we have to conform. We have to subdue and submit and be weak and be accepting and understanding to everything that America pushes, because if you don't take that mark of Christianity, you won't be able to do anything. Believe it or not, Dwayne Wade is showing you, case in point one, what that mark of the beast really is. He's showing you exactly what he is. You understand? He's taking that mark, and you see it, because he knows that if he says publicly that my son will not be a trans, straight man, gay thing, moose, my son will not identify as a dog in my house, then he knows that they won't buy his sneakers. His legacy would be somewhat tarnished. It would be tarnished, actually. You understand? They would say that he's not, conforming or accepting to the LGBT community. When he dies, he won't have a legacy tribute. When he dies, he won't have what Kobe Bryant had, because white America will stop loving Dwayne Wade. You understand? And of course, every nigga's dream in America is not to get respect from the white man. It's to get his love.
Right.
It's to get his money. It's to be adored by him. It's to have the jewelry and the financial gain and the popularity and the cars and be able to go and eat caviar and rare steaks with white people. That's what they all do. You understand? I've seen it even personally for myself. You understand? They all want to be friends with the owner of McDonald's and the photographers, and they want to go to the restaurants, and they want to not be black anymore. They want to do whatever they have to do to get as far away from being black that they can get. So they won't get with black women. You understand? They'll say that black women are ghetto, that they're loudmouth, that they're too much to deal with. You understand? Even though we do gotta work with our sisters sometimes. You understand? But that's a job for a black man to be able to take on that task. You understand? But they rather go be with a white woman who they would say is not what those things are, but white women are worse. You understand? Your white women will go and out here have you understand, assed out, taking half of your money. You understand? Because that's what white women do, man, because they are the counterpart to the white man, which is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's
right. Never trust them over a system, man. That's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen athletes say. Personally, celebrities say, you understand, that they prefer to have white women around who does all the coke in the world. You understand? Does all the coke, and you have to pull out pistols on them because they asking for too much coke, yet you will not have a black woman around. You understand? Who would probably run her mouth, but would go at least cook for you. You understand? Would at least go help you, clean your house up for you if you needed it, if she was with you or liked you. You understand? But you want to be with some white woman who can't do anything but be the dog that she is. You understand? And because of the children in here, I ain't gonna tell you what I mean by that. You understand? But you gotta understand what I mean. But we gotta come out of the Christian church, man, and start telling it like it is. Because this kingdom is trying to push something that goes totally against the Most High. You understand? Give me Amos 9:8, Salakia, brother.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom.
It's all good right now. It's all dandelions and fireflies and lollipops right now. You understand? For Dwayne Wade, for Gabrielle Union, for Kim Kardashian, for what's the Don't they got 2 moms or something like that now? The Kardashians. What's his name?
Bruce Jenner. It's a lot.
Bruce, you are not a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bruce Jenner, that's disgusting, man. But the odds are, what you got, sis? Go ahead, man. Bring it up.
You know he got a Woman of the Year award. You know how mad Salakia black women are? You got a Woman of the Year.
You got Woman of the Year, he was just a man last year.
You know how many women work hard that was trying to.
I'm about to ask, yo, what the hell did he do to surpass every other candidate that he could be? Like, you know how many bragging rights he must have? Yo, I got Woman of the Year, and I was man. I came and did what you did, naturally better than you. What the hell? You understand? Oh, who was speaking? This is you still have something?
He would change what he had.
From boxes to what you got, man?
It's still.
Not only was he a man, I mean, we know as an Edomite, he ain't nothing. But for all intents and purposes, he was what would be considered at one point an alpha male. He was like an athletic
Olympic.
freak.
He was.
He won the triathlon, gold medalist. He was really manly in that regard. He was full of testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Then he ended up getting Woman of the Year when how many women gave birth to children that year?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Went through the pains of menopause and the pains of their, you know what I'm saying, their monthly or whatever they went through that women have to go through.
Right.
He never went through. In fact, I think he still has them.
Yeah,
I think so too.
yeah.
He does.
He just grew his hair out.
Yeah, man. Not only that, how many women have had children that have had to die?
Right.
And they still live and cope with life somehow.
That's right.
You understand? So for you to take those things that a woman has to go through and to spit in their face by saying that this man, you understand, who, like the brother said, doesn't have to go through the pains that a woman has to go through, never has to go through carrying a child for 9 months. You understand the pain of delivering birth to a child. We'll never have to go through that. You understand? And then to give it to a man, that is so wicked. And that is one of the reasons why the Most High must destroy America.
That's
You
right.
understand? He must burn this place to the ground, man. He got to do it. And he got to do it in such a fashion. Like, I dream about how the Most High is going to destroy America. Like, I hope that he gathers up everybody, man. I don't give what it takes, but I just want to see the faces of the people pushing this nasty, disgusting LGBT, Black Lives Matter, Christian nonsense. I want to see the faces of them right before the Most High Christ chops their heads off, man. I want to see it, man. I want to see their face when they know, like, damn, I was wrong. Wow. And then scream, I am a man, so like it, head is getting chopped off. You understand? I want to see Dwayne Wade's face. You understand? And just to know, man, and that's so sad that even, you know, his son, you understand? I don't want to see that. I'd rather see just Dwayne Wade's face, man. You understand? To know that you led your son. You're supposed to be the leader of your family, man. You're supposed to be a strong example of what it means to be a man. And so for your son to grow up and be a woman, what does that say about you? What does it say about you? For you to have a son that's supposed to look up to you, that's every man's dream. Every man's dream is to have a son that looks like him, that acts like him, that does what he does, and grows up to be just like him. So how, you know, like how not in tune with yourself, with the world, do you got to be so far off that your son that you want to be like you will turn around and want to be like his goddamn mother? You understand? That's heartbreaking, man. What you got, sis?
Like you, but if you haven't noticed that his father is very feminine himself.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
like he got 2 mamas. So for his son to grow up and want to be a woman, he's letting his son be something that he probably wants to be anyway.
Right.
But he knows that he has a certain position that he has to play for, you know, what he gotta do for his money, but at the same time, he allowing his son to have the free will that he would like to have, because you see the way he dressed, the way he had, you know what I'm saying, polishing his toes and stuff. You let your 12-year-old get his nails done because you would like to get your nails done too. But you know you play basketball, you can't get your nails done, so you don't let your son get
no, they do it. They definitely do it. I definitely know, like I said, firsthand, I know a couple of NBA players who are homosexual. I know. You can ask me how I know after the class, but there's a couple homosexuals that you love so goddamn much on the basketball court, and I'm pretty sure that low with it. Understand what you got, sis?
Leviticus 18:21.
Oh, you got a precept? All right, let's go.
You said
You can go ahead and read it. You can read it.
it says, you must not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Molech, for you must not profane the name of your God.
Right.
And in the context, is speaking about sex, basically. The next one is 22.
Oh, read that scripture one more time.
Okay. It says, you must not give any of your children. I'm sorry, Salaki. Let me.
Where you at?
Leviticus 18:21.
Okay.
Yours is a different. I'm looking on Bible Hub.
Actually,
Okay.
You want me to read it out one? Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Lord. Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
Meaning all of this is talking about unlawful sex. If you read the whole chapter, this is talking about what you should not do, who you should sleep with, who you should not sleep with. You should uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. You should uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. You understand? You should not take her son's daughter, so on and so forth. You understand? Because when you're doing these things, you are defiling the name of Israel. You understand? That's what they were doing back before Adam's time. That's why you had those deformed things and creatures back then, just like the white man, because they was having sex with their mother. And then because of incest, you had deformed babies coming out. And then when deformed babies coming out, they didn't have no law about them. So they would go and have sex with each other. You would have giants and dwarfs having sex with each other. You would have twins having sex with each other. You would have everything just having sex with each other and killing each other and just living lawlessly. So there was no telling what kind of creature you would have. There was no telling what kind of swamp thing was living in the swamps, having sex with each other and creating babies that lived in the swamps with them. It was no telling. You understand? So that's why the Lord had to take Adam and give him life. You understand? So we would stop living that way and have some kind of law about what we was doing. And this is that law. This is where we was taught, not for a man to sleep with another man. You understand? The Most High had to give us this so we knew that we can't do this. Don't do this. Why? Because you're going to and you will die. You understand? Because the Lord did not set another man on this earth for you to go and be attracted to it, man. Like that's disgusting, man. Like it's an abomination, in the eyes of the Most High, man. And it should be an abomination to us.
That's right.
You understand? You had another one? Or was that it?
That was it.
Kind. And then Sadak, who else had their hand raised? Sis?
I was gonna say, like, all this ties into what Officer Abraham was bringing out the other day about the Willie Lynch letter, as far as like, the grandmothers and moms raise them up to be a good slave. You know what I'm saying? So when they have a kid, they'll be a good slave. When they have a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just teaching us how to go against the Most High. And the longer we keep doing this and allowing our kids to see this, they think it's okay, so they don't raise their kids up to do the same thing.
Right. And what Willie Lynch was trying to do was Willie Lynch was trying to take the father outside of the household. You understand? He wanted to buck break the Negro male, wanted to pull him apart in front of everybody, so that in return that a woman, when she gave birth to a child, she would teach him to be naturally submissive, to be, you understand, to say yes, sir, master, no, sir, yes, sir. Do what the master say. Why? Because she was in fear that if she raised a strong, nigger male, that the nigger male would then be in return just like the father and get buck broken or pulled apart. You understand? And killed. You understand? So that's what the Willie Lynch was trying to do. But all of that, the Willie Lynch and all of the laws that they put on us and the things that they push on our people and in America is all just a plot to destroy us so that they can get back to the rulership that they really want. Donald Trump has said it already, make America great again, as if it's not the most powerful military force in the world right now. A lot of people would say America is the greatest country to live in. So what the hell are you talking about? Make America great again is not what you see today. It has nothing to do with them being the greatest military force. It has nothing to do with America having the greatest financial, stability or the money. It has nothing to do with that. Making America great means us being in chains and them being able to bring upon a world where they rule every goddamn thing and God has no say in it. You understand? The white America does not want to follow after the Most High. They want to be him. They want to fight against him. They want to tell you what the hell you are. They want to tell you who to have sex with, who to sleep with. They don't want you to read Leviticus chapter 18 and see, I can't sleep with my aunt. They want to tell you who to sleep with. And if they feel like at some time you can change your gender from being a male to a female, then they're going to tell you to do that and it should be okay. You understand? They want to make clones and they want to determine your baby's eye color and they want to do everything because they want to be like the Most High. Right. You understand? And Salaki, you still holding Amos 9, or did someone else have their hand raised? Let's go. Read it from the top one more time.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. Mm-hmm. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, man. Because this is the only place on earth, man, where you can go and just do the things that we're doing, man. Just have sex with dogs. I think in Canada, they just legalized bestiality, where you can legally marry a dog if you wanted to. You understand? The white man is a beast, man. And here we are in America, bowing down and worshiping to him. We bow down and worshiping to some image, man, and that image is of the beast, man, because he is a dog. That's why Christ called that woman a dog back in Matthew, man. He won't play it. He won't a joke. You understand? That nation of people is nasty, man. They're a disgusting race of people, man. And without us being like, white people are in dire need. They're crying for help. They need it. They need help. You understand? Because they are going to destroy themselves. You understand? So that's why Christ got to come back and destroy this kingdom from off the face of the earth, so that we can rule over them, so that we can teach them and lead them and be that pillar that all the nations can see. That's who we need to be like. We need to be like them Jews, them Israelites. You understand? From the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Benjamin, because they don't have sex with their mothers. They don't have sex with 4-year-old kids. They don't believe in a man being a female. We need to follow after them. Why? Because their God is real. And that's what has to happen. That's why the scriptures say no longer will they say the God that led them from the land of Egypt, but it will say the God that led them from out of the land of the north. That's a prophecy that has to happen. You understand? So in that day, them heathen nations, they have no choice but to say, man, we must follow after what they're doing.
That's right.
You understand? We should follow after the customs of their people and listen to them because their God is real. You understand? And that's why we're in here today trying to bring that to happen. You understand? Every Passover come around, I'm in there praying. and I'm getting my drink on, I'm having fun. But I'm praying and I just hear kaboosh, kaboosh. I'm like, oh, this is it. You understand? And Commander General how to get up and make some speech. I don't know. I'm thinking about it on some different level, man. But this is kind of the thoughts I be having, man. I'll be like, man, General Yohana gonna get up there and make a speech. He gonna be like, this is it. This is it. Open up the floodgates or something like that. Understand? We going to the top. Understand? Whoever got the UPK, fall in line because you in here today with us. We going up. And the chariots come across over. Boom, nuclear bombs dropping off. And I'm like, man, goddamn. This is crazy, man. You understand? It's like, damn, you're night. You understand? We going up. I'll be looking for the double wine and all the brothers in NC. I'm like, yo, where these niggas at, man? You understand? Yo, we going up together, man. You understand? And that's the day that we pray for, man, every day, but especially as a Passover, that's just a day that for me it comes to my mind that it happens. You understand? But it has to happen, man, because the longer and longer we hear, man, if the UPK would fall, man, that good night, man. Who else would be on the streets teaching against this? You understand? In the capacity that we do. Who else would be on the streets? You understand? Who is man enough or a soldier enough to be out there and tell it to the white man's face on his news channels, on his radio station, man. You understand? A lot of y'all. I mean, how many of y'all seen that fake Israelite? I think it was about a couple years ago who had to go on the news and do the interview. I think it was for the Washington D.C. thing when they was protesting in Washington D.C. with the MAGA hats, the white boys, and then they had that fake Israelite group man go up there. And what did he sound like? He sounded like a big woman. You understand? Like a female dog, Lockett. He sounded like the B word, the P word, like straight up. You understand? Like that's what he sounded like, man, because he was trying to conform, man. He was trying to make it seem like, well, that's not our group, and we're not all bad like that. And some of us, we do love white people. We just feel like white people have done just the itsy-bitsy type of, bad little things. Just a little bit. You understand? Just a little tiny portion of the world's wickedness might come from you guys. Have you looked into it yourself? You understand? That's what he sounds like, man. And that's why the nation of Israel will continue to be destroyed after following brothers like him. You understand? Because you don't have men that'll go on that radio show and tell you, yes, you are the devil the Bible speaks of. You have murdered my brothers and my sisters for 400 years. You have had us in chains for 400 years. And this nation and this world will never have peace until you serve the 400 years of slavery the same way you're giving it to us. You understand? You won't have those kind of men. So if the UPK falls, good night. You understand? I don't know what the hell we're going to listen to John with T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long. Good night. They ain't going to listen to him no more. You understand? But good night. Eddie Long will face his Zion judgment, man. His just straight way. So was Eddie Long a straight way?
He's a straight trans.
A straight trans.
I think he was gay. I think he was
just a homosexual. Okay, so transgender is just a homosexual.
I don't know what they are. They're confusion and they're confusing. And
Jeepers Creepers Part 4. That's the Part 4, huh? It's starring homosexuals of all kinds. You understand? Look, we need to make a zombie movie, except zombies, it just be like straight ways, gays, lesbians, straight men who's not gay, who's gay somehow. You understand? Like whatever it is, man. They just be running around. You understand? Cause somebody got to explain. Thought, well, maybe you should do a history class on that. You understand? So break it down to me so I can understand what. There's no understanding. It is not.
I've seen some crazy stuff.
Man, the LBGT, AFT, FGK, whatever the hell that is, and they be talking about our name, trying to say, how the hell do you remember that? You understand? That's nonsense. What you got, sis?
now, I was gonna say, if you do have a class, have one of the quizzes at the end. not for multiple choice, but matching.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure it out because it's straight confusion. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, trick question, because you can't put no straight lines. You're gonna have to go squiggly, take it around the block, you understand? Go to a different paper, or put it back. You understand? Isaiah Wade at the top. You understand? A good night, man. And it's such an injustice, man. Even his peers, man. Even as youngins, man, y'all can't be, listen to your fathers first and foremost, man, especially if your father the truth. But don't ever be, you understand, and forced to be feared to accept homosexuality, man. You understand? Like you gotta share that same spirit, especially when you coming up on the age where you beginning that young man stage. You understand? You gotta be able to accept the spirit that Christ had, man. Like when you playing basketball for these sport teams, you understand? When I be up in the gym and they start playing the national anthem, the whole world can stand up. You understand? I'm gonna sit right down for a point, man, just to make a reason, just for a cracker to say something, so I could call him the devil about to speak something. You understand? Just for a nigga to say something, so I could call him a Christian, and he won't understand why I'm calling him. Y'all gotta try that one day, man. Go just tell a Christian like you Christian. They be like, huh? Yeah, I am. What? Why is that not? They don't get it. They be like, what the hell is that? Man, but you gotta have that spirit, man. Don't ever allow, you can't allow someone to make you confound to America. You understand? You don't want to submit your understanding and subdue your will to America's will, man, into being a Isaiah Wade, or to turning yourself into a woman, or to accept being a woman when you were born a man, or being a man when you was born a woman. You cannot do it, man. The Lord will be angry with you that you were so weak, that you were so just, not in the truth enough to be able to stand on what the truth says and what your Father said in heaven, and how in the Hebrew taught you to do, man, or told you to do, which is, if you born a man, you gotta be a man. If you born a girl, then goddamn it, get ready to have some babies. You understand? What you guys say?
Like a precept today, I'm not sure what it is. It's like they're not even conform to this world, transform.
No confounded world. That's a John 3:16 scripture or precept. You understand? Because of this world, again, this is not the world that Christ loved. You understand? This is not the world that is talking about in John 3:16. Christ don't love this world. That's why he come to destroy it. Right. You understand? Christ loved the world where we are not being trans straight ways. Straight trannies, man. The Most High don't give a damn about none of this straight trannies, man. You understand? That's straight disgusting, man.
Right, that's
you
right.
Understand? That's all it is to the Most High, man. It's an abomination, man. But I charge it to the Christian church at the end of the day. I charge it to whoever Dwayne Wade's spiritual leader, man, which is some kind of pastor in some way at the end of the day, because he's the man who taught him that it's okay, just like that brother who taught me or tried to teach me that it was okay that I can go get tattoos, man. You understand? And sin against the Most High. But that's why it's definitely important for these brothers and these sisters, wherever you at, to tune in the Isupk classes, so that you can be firmly rooted, man, in the truth, so that when those fowls of the air or with those thorns in the bushes, man, come to choke or pluck you up from the truth, you'll have enough grounding and be deeply rooted enough in the truth that you will never one day say, well, maybe my son can be a goddamn woman. You understand? Or maybe my daughter can grow up and be a goddamn man. And you'll be able to stand firm in the truth and say, to hell with that. My son will never be a goddamn straight boy. Standing with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer Babylon. Straight gay. Come on.